Hey everyone, it's Dr. Jory and welcome to the Hybrid Health Podcast. Each week I bring in some of the best minds in health and fitness, and I utilize my 20 years experience in this field to help you live a better, healthier life. If you like this show, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and leave me a comment. And we have a really big gym just outside our door here, and I see Kara out there all the time. She works so hard, and she lifts heavy, right? And we're going to look at some blog posts that I've made over the years. This one's going back into the archives many years, and it was an article that I wrote called 33 Interesting Gym Characters.
You got to shock the muscle.
Now, the reason I wrote this is I have spent now, I started working out when I was in grade 9, and I've been in the gym ever since. And then I've been working within gyms ever since I graduated. So for the past 13 years, I've been working within gym settings, and I've seen all kinds of weird, interesting characters. And this blog post is not to make fun of people. It's to celebrate the variety of people that come to work out. Now, there are some sort of, I would say, generalized types of people that you can find at the gym, and I'm sure you've seen many.
I'm pretty sure I'm more than one of those myself.
Exactly, and I am also one of the people that I'm talking about in this post. So what we're going to do is, because it is 33, we're not going to go through all 33. We're going to go through 10, and then in future episodes we'll cover some of those other characters. So we'll start with the Sweat Angel. Okay, Sweat Angel. Think of a snow angel, but transfer that to the workout mat. This person leaves their sweaty outline on the mat for the next member to view in disgust and astonishment. Have you ever seen Sweat Angel?
Oh, for sure. Like if you go to almost every bench, a lot of people don't usually clean up after themselves. So
that's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
You don't want to go, lay on a bench that has someone else's sweat on it. So that's completely fine if you're a sweat angel. Just clean it up.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
It's easy. Okay, so that's number one. This one, super related to the sweat angel, I guess, is the sweaty person.
That's me.
The sweaty person. You're one of the sweaty people. Okay, and there's, again, nothing wrong with any of these. It's just fun to talk about. So everyone sweats when they work out, but this person has a little extra oomph in their sweat glands, leading staff to follow them around with yellow caution wet floor signs on the ground.
Yeah.
Has a staff member ever put those signs behind you after you work out?
No, luckily, what I always do is when I'm on a bench, I grab a mat, and so I put the mat on the bench, or some people use towels. And then after, I would kind of just wipe the mat down, because I would bring the mat from place to place. And that's kind of an easy way to...
That is a great idea. Yeah. Just lay the towel down. They give it to you at the front desk. Lay it down. Yeah. And then you're good to go.
Yeah. You don't even just...
Creates that barrier.
Wash the towel after.
Exactly. Okay. Also, kind of related there, which I've been known for this sometimes. It is the smelly person. Everyone smells after they sweat, but this person has a little extra oomph in their, lost where I was, body odor. Unfortunately, they are oblivious to their own brand.
Well, I'm sure I'm like this person too from time to time, especially when I'm sweating pretty hard.
I didn't know.
And you know what? One thing that I'm kind of blessed with as a massage therapist is I have a very poor sense of smell.
Oh,
which is kind of like, but I wish someone would tell me if I kind of didn't smell the best. But luckily, when I treat people, and I don't notice.
You know what I think the biggest problem, or the biggest cause of the smelly person, it's not the person themselves. It's that they reuse the same workout shirt without laundering it. Okay, I've done that a few times.
Who hasn't?
So you keep wearing that same shirt, and of course bacteria is going to get growing in there a bit, and then you throw it back on a couple days later, go do another workout, it starts really stinking. So, key point, do your laundry, don't keep re-wearing those shirts. And nice segue to The same shirt wearer. That's me. I am for sure the same shirt wearer. I will pick one shirt that I really like to work out in, and I don't want to work out in any other shirt. And so that leads to the problem that I just said, which is not laundering my shirt in between workouts. So it's could be the same person as number 3. They love their workout shirt, even though it has permanent sweat stains and frayed edges. So that's definitely me. Okay, next up. Speaking of smells, we have the cologne/perfume person. Could be an attempt to avoid being labeled a smelly person, or trying to attract a workout partner. This member goes a little overboard on scent. May also show number 27 tendencies, so we'll have to wait to find out what number 27 is. So, cologne perfume person, is that you?
No, just my own personal smell and my own deodorant.
Okay.
Yes.
Good, but you have noticed sometimes someone...
Oh, for sure. I think, like, even when you're not in the gym, you can notice that people kind of overdo it. So, I think they're just trying to mask it, though. So
I have, I've had some patients before where I'm treating their neck and they have perfume on, and then later that night, even though I've washed my hands 5 times, you can still smell it on your hands. So some people don't even realize the power of it.
Yeah.
Moving on to number 6, we have the barefoot person. And this is increasing in frequency nowadays. It used to be really random to see people in barefoot, but with the barefoot movement going on, I think we're going to see that a lot more often. So the barefoot person doesn't care that the floor is dirty, wet, or cold, insists on working out barefoot or in socks.
And I think it's also, again, coming from what you're saying with the barefoot movement, I think it's, a lot of people know that now that, doing deadlifts and squats are always better in a flat shoe. So they just, if they don't have a flat shoe, say that they had Nikes with like massive soles, they would take off their shoes. Right. But then that's kind of, it's, now your toes are vulnerable to the weights that could be slamming on your own slamming on your toes.
It's not as safe.
It's not
to
as
work
safe
out
for sure.
Barefoot.
It's not as sanitary.
Not as sanitary either.
Yeah.
And again, we're not saying don't do all of these things, but we're just pointing them out because it's interesting. All right, here's a really interesting one. Everyone has experienced this one. Number 7, the grunter. Do I have to explain this one? Hey, a little grunting is okay. But this person wants everyone in the gym to know how strong they are by grunting as loud as possible. Yeah, and to be honest, for myself, I always work out with earbuds. So there's just these few times I just didn't have a music player at the time. And I'm like, I need to kind of calm down my own grunt in there. Because I don't notice what I'm doing or even the way that I'm breathing. So sometimes it's good to just take one of the earbuds out and just see. Listen to yourself grunting?
Yeah.
How's the grunt level? Yeah, for sure. Okay, sometimes the same person could be number 8. This is the slammer. That sound familiar?
Oh, yeah.
Another loud person likes to slam the weights down as loud as possible. Once again, showing the world how strong they are. That's what I think it is. I think whenever people slam stuff down, it's like, hey, look at me. I'm huge. I'm so strong. Right. And a lot of the time, they might not be that strong.
Well, yeah. And then, I can see how, you just deadlifted this massive weight.
There are exceptions, right?
But, I mean, you could also just put some things under the deadlift so it wouldn't be...
The deadlift dampener pads. They're these little half-moon-shaped pads put right underneath your deadlift. And when you drop it, it does not make so much noise.
No.
Now, at the other location I used to work at, Union Station, Good Life, there was someone would go in there and it was so loud with the deadlift slamming, and it literally hurt your ears, physical damage was happening. And it used to really bug me because I'm thinking, I'm going to have poor hearing when I'm older because I'm exposed to it when I'm training people on the floor. And I don't want to be deaf when I'm older because some idiot was slamming the weights down. So
basically, be considerate of other people.
Exactly.
Because everybody's trying to work out, and some, you know, if you're making a massive amount of noise, you know, you're distracting that person as well. So.
That's right. Okay, so that is the slammer. All right, we have 2 left. We have number 9, the talker. An extremely outgoing person who you sometimes wonder if they even exercise or are just there to chat. I have a friend of mine who, you know who you are. I'll just say BJ is your initials. Yes, have you seen that before?
Oh yeah, I mean, I know for myself, I actually have an amount of rest time. And like sometimes people come and talk, but it's hard for me to not, just to you know, get away from the chat. But you do have like a rest time, so you need to get back to your workout, or else you're just going to get completely cold, right? Then you got to warm up all over again, and that just kind of throws off your working sets that you would possibly do, and it could throw off your whole workout.
It can.
So I mean, keep the chat too.
It is great to socialize, but it definitely does get in the way of your workout if you're really focused on, you know, doing this kind of spacing in between reps. And, yeah. Okay. And then the final one for today, number 10, it's called the talker version 2.0. Spends most of the workout talking on their cell phone, oblivious to the fact that others are annoyed at hearing a loud one-way conversation. So right now we're going to go characters 11 to 20, and then we'll finish another time on another episode. So I'm going to read some more of these, and then we'll just see what you think, maybe if you've seen this type of character before.
Okay.
All right, so number 11, continuing on the list, is the gum chewer. Okay, that's pretty easy. I don't know if we have to really talk about that too much.
No.
You get it, what the gum chewer is. Probably not a great idea, though, to be chewing gum while you're working out. I can think of someone doing a bench press and being here, and then the gum gets stuck in their throat. They start choking on it.
Yeah.
You know,
or just maybe affecting how you're supposed to be breathing. You're supposed to be going, and you can't go. Right?
Right. You shouldn't be blowing bubbles either while you're lifting. All right. Number 12 is the jeweler. Wears excessive amounts of jewelry during workouts, approaching levels not seen since Mr. T. You know Mr. T, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm old enough to know Mr. T.
Perfect. Most people get Mr. T. Again, probably not a good idea to have a bunch of jewelry on while you're working out.
Don't damage your stuff. Don't damage your jewelry.
Another segue, I guess, from the jeweler is the lots of makeup person. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. Might be heading out clubbing right after the workout, which would make sense, except that even when you see them working out at 8 a.m., they're all dolled up.
Some people gotta go to work. Some people just want a nice booty pump before they hit the club. You know, some people want a nice arm pump for the guys that are wearing makeup.
True.
You know?
Get the veins pumping.
Or the chest pump, you know, and expose those hairs a little bit.
And that way you just go straight to the club.
There you go.
You don't even have to shower afterwards.
Your chest brings in, or your guns bring in, your glute pump brings in, whatever you want, brings in the bacon.
Thank you for explaining that, because I didn't understand that person, but now I do. All right, number 14 is the texter and the emailer.
This is the most common.
May have excellent endurance in their forearm and hand muscles, but don't expect them to complete a full workout.
If this is you, share the equipment at least when you're texting.
Ah,
please.
yes.
Just share it.
Don't sit on the bench.
Yeah.
Send a giant email and while people are circling around wanting to use that bench.
If you've got 10 sets and you're going to be on that thing, you better be standing up and texting.
And you're taking selfies of yourself while you're there.
Please, that's all we ask.
All right, number 15 is the oogler.
Oogler, what's that?
The oogler stares at others for longer than socially acceptable. A little extra oomph in their retinas. They seem to lack the look away when you get caught reflex.
Leave the ladies alone.
Yes.
When they're doing their thing. They already are wearing the hats and the big like F off.
That's a sign.
Like in socks and the whole nine, just leave them alone.
The hat's pulled down, can't even see the face.
If you make eye contact, hello, leave them alone. If you want to talk to them, many little hellos, many little greetings will get you in front of them in a less creepy manner.
No creepiness. Creep-free zone. Okay, number 16. We see a lot of this in downtown. It is the tattoo aficionado.
Mm-hmm.
Is the current square inch of tattoo coverage champion. Because the tattoo aficionado is visually stimulating, it may force surrounding members to approach oogler status as they try and look at the tattoos when the aficionado looks away. Now, I get caught doing that. When I see lots of tattoos, I'm intrigued. I want to look at what they are. But of course, if they turn around, like I'm going to look away because I don't want to be the oogler, right? So I know when it's socially acceptable to look away.
Okay.
Do you find that you get caught up staring at people's tattoos?
Tattoos, not so much. But if I see one, I'm pretty honest. Even like in any aspect of it, if someone's working out, even back to the oogler one, if someone looks great, if someone's got a tattoo. My profession is with bodies. If someone's looking good, I'll be like, you've done great work. I've seen you over the past couple months put in the work. It's really showing off. And if you've got great tattoos, I'll be like, man, I'm looking at your tattoos. They look crazy. So,
and that's a great point. People love just those little niceties. You know, if you say, hey, you've been working hard. I've seen you here the past couple weeks, and you're looking good. You know, just something like that it goes so far for people. It could make the difference between them not coming to work out next week and now they're eager to come in because they got a little bit of feedback. They're actually finally getting some results. Yeah. So it's very important to comment on that and just give people some encouragement and they'll keep working out.
Good job.
Yes, keep it up. Number 16 is, oh sorry, we did 16. Number 17 is the naked person. The naked person. Okay, now I don't mean out on the floor working out. Not naked during the workout. Just most of the time spent in the change room. No attempt is made to cover up the genitals. Ever.
Yeah.
Okay? Unfortunately, this person doesn't usually have a fitness model body either, right?
I've seen them both, and if I go in there, I just keep eyes front.
Yes.
Eyes up and eyes front.
That's right. You don't want to walk in though and there's someone, standing like, hey, what's going on? What are you doing later?
Hey, man.
Oh, man.
It's not a private locker room. I get it. You want to let it hang free. It feels good.
Hanging loose.
But, keep it down there where it lives naturally.
There you go. Okay. Closely related to that is number 18. It's called the change room tenant.
Guess what this one is.
This person showers, shaves, plucks, exfoliates, blow dries, irons, cuts toenails. You get the picture.
Yeah.
Number 19 is the gym tenant.
Okay.
So, does 2 to 3 workouts per day, 7 days a week. And there are definitely people like that. And that is fantastic. I would just say maybe take 1 day off. Just take 1 day off. You need time for recovery, repair your tissues, and you'll be that much stronger if you do take a day off, decrease your inflammation levels.
On that same note, depending on how smart you structure your program, if you know how to do that, or depending on if you're recovering, that's a better thing. So,
or if you get some expertise from Rollin.
So if you're recovering well and you're moving forward towards the goal, so if you're tracking how far you can run and you're doing something like this, or you want to do a triathlon, if you have a smart program and you're actually improving on your times, that's great. If you're doing this and you're constantly feeling more and more tired, or you're getting injured, or inflammation, not everybody knows inflammation, so use injury as a marker and your energy levels as a marker. If you are seeing those things go down, you definitely need to scale back. Like Jory said, maybe 1 day, maybe 2, maybe you have cycles, maybe 1 month, that's one cycle that you're doing this, and then you cycle off and you cut back and you're going 1 or 2 days. and then you can go back to that. But the point is, proper structure, proper periodization is what's going to determine if that's successful or not.
Right, and many people who are new to the workout game, that is just very hard to understand. It's hard to understand the whole periodization thing, and that's where they should consult an expert like you. Okay, we've got one more today. It's number 20. It is the garage sale facilitator. Okay, garage sale facilitator. Leaves weights and fitness equipment scattered across the floor. So it looks kind of like a garage sale setting.
Yeah.
I just noticed that you got triggered on that one a little bit.
I get triggered on this hard. I'm not the cleanest person in terms of I'm always super clean with my house or anything like that, but I'm very tidy. When I work out, I have a space. My clients will have a space. We're in a big scale gym. Everybody needs the equipment. We've got to share it. But even more so than that, on that same trend, if you're going to use it all, that's fine. Put it back, please. Just put it back where you found it. If it says 20 pounds, put the 20s on 20s, not the 60s and 20s. Because the little guy or the new person who wants to go pick up the 20s can't move the 60s back, might not be able to move the 60s back, or they need to go.
Could injure themselves, right? Too.
Keep everyone safe. Make it easy on all us.
Or someone might leave, say on bench press, they'll leave the weights on.
Yeah.
And then you're not sure, like, is someone there?
Yeah.
Are they still working out? I don't know. And then it might screw up your workout because you could have just got on there right away if the weights weren't sitting there, because you don't know. Now, we got up to number 20 last time. So now we're going to go on from number 21 to number 30, and then we'll finish it off after that. So I see you looking ahead there. So, number 21, these are interesting gym characters that you may come across in any gym, anywhere that you go. Okay, number 21 is the loud listener. It might be the same person as you hear on the morning commute, blasting tunes out their headphones at ridiculous volume. This is pretty self-explanatory.
Well, yeah. I've seen a lot of those people. Now, what I'll say is the Beats headphones that everybody has.
Yes.
You don't hear them just
Beats
as much.
by Jory.
Yeah. So
expensive.
We plug.
Yeah, looking for sponsorship from Beats. They got the money.
Yeah,
they can spend it.
Like, you don't hear too much from those guys anymore, but yeah, sometimes you can hear some crazy volumes.
Yeah. All right, number 22 is the singer. So it could be the same as number 21, but singing out loud to their tunes.
Not recommended.
Yeah.
Even if you are good with your voice.
Usually
not everybody wants to
not a good move there, especially when there's already music playing outside. So you're singing. Your singing is not matching the music. Number 23, this one, of course, everyone has seen this. It's the muscle head. Yes. No description necessary. Fanny pack, optional. Yeah. Are you a fan of the fanny pack?
I would say I have not adopted that style yet.
Not yet.
Cabana is coming up.
Yes.
And there is potential, who knows.
Okay.
You don't really need a fanny pack in the gym, I don't think.
Unless you want to carry your steroids in it.
Unless you're Hulk Hogan.
Yes. Or Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan does like the fanny pack.
He can do it.
I just can't get past the look of the fanny pack. Anyway. Number 24, we have seen a lot of this. The poor technique person. Usually puts a little extra oomph into an exercise. Think of someone doing a bicep curl isolation exercise by putting their whole body into it.
Sometimes it's like a Thriller. It's like doing like the worm,
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And that's why they should turn to you for some advice. Okay, number 25 is the favorite body part person. Does one exercise or body part 80% of the time. Therefore, that body part tends to be 80% larger proportionately than the rest of the body. Think of the bench press president, the bicep brute, the lunge lover, or the ab freak.
Do not do this, because if you have just biceps, you will look stupid.
Yes.
And you will be at a higher risk for injury as well.
Plus,
you must train every body part in your body.
Plus, the tricep takes up more volume than the bicep. So if you want larger arms, pump those triceps.
If you want larger arms, speak to me.
Exactly. Look at these 24-inch pythons.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan's got nothing.
That's right. Number 26 is the germaphobe. That's self-explanatory.
So yeah, I never really knew too much about these guys until I moved here. Back in Ireland, our gym was bodybuilding and powerlifting and rugby. No one really cared if there was sweat on the machine. That was normal. You were there to work hard. Now, when I came here, there was people like, even if the machine is clean, they give it an extra
still
clean
give
and
it
they
a wipe.
spray everything all over the place. But you know,
and the spray,
it's okay.
I would say the spray is usually not the best chemicals either.
Probably not.
So probably not great to be spraying it all over the place.
I think as long as they wipe it, they feel good about it.
Yes.
You know.
All right, number 27 is the mirror monitor. Enjoys seeing their body reflected in different positions and profiles. Now I do this a
You
little
gotta
bit.
check yourself out a
it
couple
does
times.
help sometimes to motivate you.
It does.
You know, I can think of doing tricep kickbacks.
Yeah.
If you see the nice little V in there, it
That's
just
gonna
helps
push
you
on a little
motivate
bit,
you.
yep. There has to be something said for checking yourself out to look at your form and just to see like overall development, but you don't need to spend 10 seconds in between every single set taking pictures on your phone.
Yes. Or you do see some people who will actually be flexing, you know, kind of
If you're
posing.
doing a bodybuilding competition, you have to do it, so you guys are okay.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say we can make exceptions for that. Right? Plus, I don't want them to beat me up. So, yeah, go ahead and do it.
What's
It's
a
okay.
fanny pack?
Yes. Beat me to death with a fanny pack. And then we have number 28 is the pickup artist.
Yeah.
Trolls the gym floor, usually approaching potential dates with, how's your workout going? Quickly escalating questions upwards to, could I get your number?
It happens, you know, and
Not that there's anything wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with
as long
that,
as you're
but-
not creeping the people out, right?
I'm not a professional at this, but like I will say, some girls do not think that they're in the best place when they're sweaty with a hat on
Right.
to meet people, so they're probably here just to work out. But you could say hello a couple of times and then build it up that way, I guess.
Yeah.
And then who knows, if they think you're nice, then
Roland and
You're
I were talking about that with the women who have the hats on,
Yes.
pulled down, you know, Beats by Dre on.
usually
They're
I would
probably
think
just
that
wanting to stick to their workout.
That's probably a
sign. Mm-hmm. All right, we have number 29 is the bookworm, and that is defying the laws of physics by reading small print War and Peace while bouncing up and down on the elliptical or treadmill. This person may also blaze through a few pages in between sets of weights.
See this with the paper, usually newspaper. Respect, I could not do that.
It's hard to do.
I think that I don't get motion sickness, but I guess I would if I did that.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand, the small print while you're on the treadmill. Like, that's got to be hard to get your gaze
That's, you
on
know,
there, but
multitasking.
to each their own. If you can do it, then
okay.
feel free. Yeah, and I also want to make the claim, I've said this each time we've done this segment, that we're not making fun here. We're celebrating all these different people.
There are different people.
I fall into some of these categories too, and I'm sure you do too. So everybody has their own thing.
Each to their own. As long as you're not going to injure yourself or anybody else, then
Yeah.
it's probably okay.
I don't know if you saw in a previous one, I was saying that I tend to be the same shirt wearer. So
Okay.
I always have the same shirt on while I work out, which can sometimes
Well, do
lead
you
to
wash
a
it?
smelly person.
Well, yes.
but I do try and wash it.
Well,
Yes.
that's there. You're one step above those guys.
All right, so we've got one more today, and it is the inappropriate dresser. Okay, wears jeans when doing squats and leg extensions. May even rock a turtleneck on the treadmill or cowboy boots on the stepper.
No, I can't say that I have had a client arrive in dress, shoes, and jeans for a session, and I told them that unless they changed, they could not work out. I don't think that it is sensible to work out in this. So what ended up happening is I got clothes from the lost and found.
Oh yes.
And he was lucky enough to wear no shoes and probably pants that were 2 sizes too big. But bring your clothes to the gym, please.
Good advice. Now, the thing that got me on that one, the inappropriate dresser, was back, I worked at Union Station Good Life for almost 10 years, and there was a gentleman there who would wear he'd have bike shorts on, and then he had like a fluorescent orange, yellow, or green belly shirt. Nice. So the shirt went down to here, so his midriff was exposed. He also had all kinds of tiny little tattoos. He wore sunglasses while he worked out.
Hero.
He also had like playing rugby, you probably had those water carriers where you could put like 6 water bottles in. He would bring one of those. So I don't know what he had to drink, but he had lots of options,
he was
let's
just
say.
having a great time.
And he also had the poor technique, so he would like slam the weights all over the place, and he'd do, the
he was just
crazy. Yeah, and
he was just killing
I got thinking that maybe he thinks everyone else looks strange. That he's got it figured out, and everyone else looks strange. But I actually enjoyed having him at the gym because it was one of those things that you just can't not look and wonder what's going on there.
You gotta have some comic relief.
Yeah, so I miss him. So if you're out there, come to the 137 Young and let's see
what you got.
Let's see you work out here because I do miss you. Nice. So see me, see Devin, and get your core on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Gotta keep it tight and strong.
There it is. Now, nice segue over to this is going to be the last segment of blog post, which is the 33 interesting gym characters.
Okay.
A celebration of all these different types of people that like to come and work out at any gym that you've ever been to in your life.
So basically we're making fun of funny members that we see in the gym?
No, we're not making fun. We're celebrating. We're celebrating because I'm one of these people and you're one of those people.
That's right. There's a lot of interesting characters in the gym, and it's part of why I love my job.
It's
never a dull day.
Yes, it's very fun. So we only have about 4 left. In the previous podcast, we covered 1 to 30. Now we're into 31 and up.
So you had 33 in total, and I'm getting the last 4. I get to close it out.
Yeah, you're closing.
Look at that. He saved the best for last.
Exactly. So number 31 is the supplement shaker. Has 3 bottles of supplements for pre, during, and post-workout. Fanny pack optional.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you something interesting that I find about these characters. The most interesting thing I find about, what did you call him, the shaker guy? Is that what it's called?
Shaker.
The supplement shaker guy, okay. So, I say guy because it is more often guys than girls. I'm not trying to be sexist against my own gender, don't worry. But the funniest thing that I find about the supplement shaker character is they bring it up on the floor. Right?
Yeah.
They will have their gym bag up on the floor, they're setting up their deadlift bar, they've got their container of creatine, they've got their container of BCAAs, they've got their container of glutamine, they've got their pre-workout, they've got their chalk, they've got everything ready to go there.
Yes.
Now don't get me wrong, I use supplements myself, and like you said, you believe in pre-workout supplements, peri-workout supplements, as well as post-workout supplements.
Sure.
So for an example, like I did a hard training session today myself, and before I took a couple scoops of pre-workout. Thanks, exactly. I got a good pump on, right? It was a few hours ago though, so don't flatter me. So, for example, before a workout, I will take things like electrolytes, branched chain amino acids, sometimes pre-workout if I really want to get a good pump on, if I'm not feeling as energetically or mentally motivated to do that workout. Sometimes a couple of scoops of pre-workout, which will have some caffeine, some arginine, like some vasodilators, that kind of stuff, just to help get blood and oxygen flowing, a little bit more energy in your system, make you a little bit more mentally acute for your workout, that kind of stuff. Intra-workout supplements can be like BCAAs, again electrolytes can be good to increase your endurance and your ability to keep pushing on through your workout when you don't want to anymore. And of course,
what you're saying is you're the supplement shaker.
I'm one of those, exactly, but I keep it to myself, I'm hidden. And then after a workout, post-workout, it can be protein, creatine, things like that, of course, right? But So although I do believe in using all those supplements, the reason why I say that is because I never want to discredit people that use supplements. They have their purpose.
No, I'm
but,
not.
But it's the characters, yes, for sure. And
Or,
it's funny.
what if you have the supplement shaker who's not really putting in much of a workout at all?
Well, and that's the other point that I was going to get on.
Do you even really need the
100%. I'm glad you touched on that, because one of the things that I like to emphasize, especially when I'm discussing supplements with clients, is what does the word supplementary mean? Right? It means up and above. So if you're already not doing the bare minimal, if you're not eating the right foods, if you're not going to the gym and pushing hard enough past your plateau, if you're not sleeping properly, if you're not doing all of those things properly, and then you're taking supplements, you're kind of putting the cart in front of the horse. Would you not agree?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. But those are definitely interesting characters that we see at the gym all the time. They're funny.
Yes. So let's go to the number 32, the technique giver.
Ooh, the technique giver. I like
Likes
it.
to give
the personal trainer that's not a personal trainer.
Likes to give
Gotcha.
advice to others regarding training techniques, which most appreciate.
Yeah.
The weakness lies in the fact that they can't discern when someone isn't interested in their Romanian deadlift procedure.
Okay, so I find that point really interesting, for example, because going back to my past as a journalist, like I was mentioning, very important point of journalism is always consider the source. Mm-hmm. You know, if you're a chiropractor and you're giving me advice about music, I might go, does he even play music? He's a chiropractor. Or if
Which
a
I
musician,
do.
he does, exactly. So that might have been a bad example, but exactly. If he's a chiropractor and he's giving me advice about my prostate, then I might be a little bit more confused, because
Right.
he's not a proctologist or anything like that. But
Even though I'm a specialist with prostates, but no.
exactly,
Just
are
kidding.
you?
No.
Okay, good. So I was going to say,
Definitely
if
not.
not, like I said,
No.
I'm pushing into my 30s. We might have to do a prostate exam as well here too.
It won't be here.
Okay, good,
Come on.
perfect. Aw, thought that was a value-added service that you offered.
At the end of the podcast, we can put it on video.
Stay tuned to the end. So it's just kind of funny, right? So if somebody has received professional coaching in the past, or they clearly do have good form and they're giving advice, I never have
That's
a problem
totally
with that.
fine.
That's good.
Totally fine.
But what's really messed up is when you see somebody giving somebody
The
advice
wrong
on form and they're
advice.
giving them completely wrong
That's
advice.
what I'm talking
Now,
about.
touch on what were you saying about the Romanian deadlift again?
Oh, I was just saying, when someone isn't interested,
Yeah.
so, someone's kind of making it clear that they're good with their technique. They don't,
Yeah.
But then the person just continues kind of beating.
That's
beating
extremely
on,
frustrating,
you know.
because first of all, that's just an ego trip for the person that's trying to give the advice.
Mm.
They're sitting there trying to poise themselves as the alpha, and they're trying to make the other person beta, and that's just a weird situation in the gym, and it does happen. One thing that I love about Good Life Fitness is we have a saying here at Good Life Fitness. It's everybody is welcome, in the sense that anybody can come here, but bad form is going to hurt you. It's going to lead to injury no matter what, and you're also not going to be targeting the muscle groups that you actually want to target with the exercise. So it is extremely important to make sure you are doing things with proper form and technique.
All right, last one, and then I might also add another, which someone
Okay.
added to my.
Oh, that's surprises.
Yeah, so
All right.
this one is a little out there, I'm going
Okay.
to warn you. It's called the porcelain basket weaver.
The porcelain basket weaver. Okay.
Yes.
You're going to have to explain that one to me.
Piles load, pun intended, of toilet paper on the seat to protect them from other members' germs. They don't clean up their paper project either, leaving a mixture of dry and wet toilet paper for the next person to clean up.
Well, I'd probably change toilet paper to paper towel, but that does happen a lot, and even with towels as well too. First things first, do have proper gym etiquette. Like, I'm not going to say that you should expect to never touch somebody else's sweat if you're in a public retail gym. At the end of the day, especially at this location, we have a capacity of 600 people that can be in the gym at the same time. We're all sharing equipment, working in with each other between sets. So you might get somebody else's sweat on you. 2 pieces of advice: shower after your workout and don't wear the same clothes for 2 different workouts. Make sure you're washing your clothes. It's personal hygiene. But at the same time, you want to make sure that, if you get up off of the bench and there's a bunch of ass sweat on there, make sure you wipe it up and take care of it. Or also make sure that, you're not leaving a giant mess for somebody else, like he said.
Like
because,
in the toilet, for instance.
Oh, 100%. Are we talking about directly downstairs in the change room, or are we talking about upstairs on the gym floor?
Oh, this one, the porcelain basket weaver,
Okay.
that's toilet specific.
Oh.
So that's where they pile the toilet paper around.
Well, because we don't provide paper access.
That's the best term I've heard today.
Right? I stole it from a
Paper
movie. I
ass,
can't remember exactly which one.
Nice.
So, Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, the movie I stole it from is Deuce Bigelow Male Gigolo.
Oh, nice.
Because that guy keeps talking about the little red bumps that he's got going on his junk, and he keeps wanting Deuce Bigelow to look at it, and he's like, I went into the toilet and there's a little bit of splashback because they didn't have one of those, paper ass gaskets.
Nice.
Anyways, for reference, that's where I got it from. I don't want to claim it as my own.
A gasket. Okay.
Yeah, but to address that specifically, there's a lot of weird human behavior that you will see in a gym change room. Just avert your eyes.
Yes. So you're going to want to go
Don't
back.
be one of them.
You're going to want to go back in the archives too and look up the naked person in the change room and a couple others.
Or what I like to call the flosser.
Yes. Oh, gee. Big visual on that one. All right. I'm going to just throw one more in that I had forgotten about when I did this original article, and it is the slow air leak.
Okay.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. So, to address the importance of what they're doing, first of all, you start off. Tell me what the point is that you're going to be, and then I'll address it.
No, I want you to jump in.
Okay, cool. Okay, you like how passionate I was about it and stuff like that. I've had clients that have done it, and I've made fun of them, so don't worry, I'm not being two-faced here. But the funny thing about this slow air leak, if somebody's, for example, doing a squat or a bench press, and they're going... Is it going to help you engage your core more? Yes. So it's not completely wrong. It's a lot better than not breathing at all while you're doing your exercise.
Don't hold your breath.
The thing is that when you're doing that, you're trying to tighten your abdominals and your core as much as possible by taking air out of it. If you're inflated like a balloon because you've taken in a bunch of air and then you're trying to push your squat or bench press, you're going to have a bad time. It's not going to work. So you want to expel that air as fast as possible to tighten your core as fast as possible and as tightly as possible, because you want to explode on that exercise. When you come down with your bench press, you're breathing in 1, 2, 3, or because you want to expel that air as quickly and as fast as possible to tighten your abdominals as fast as possible. So that's why I don't believe in the slow air leak. It's because it's not having the desired effect that exhalation at the concentric motion of the exercise is supposed to have.
Nice. Yeah, and breathing is important, and someone like Devin can definitely give you that proper instruction on when you are lifting, because a lot of people don't know when should I exhale, when should I inhale. So do you want to explain that? I know you said the concentric, but some people might not know what you're talking about, so maybe you can show an actual exercise.
I definitely will. Okay, so let's say, because I don't want to squat and get out of frame here and stuff like that, let's go again with the bench press, okay? So imagine I'm laying flat on a bench and you're not seeing me stand up right now. So proper breathing technique is always that you want to breathe in on the eccentric, which is going to be the slow descent of the weight, and then you want to exhale on the concentric motion, which is the fast push or the effort. Now that's going to change if it's a pushing exercise or a pulling exercise, so I'll cover both. So say it's a bench press, you want to breathe in while you're lowering the weight, you want to oxygenate your muscles, breathe into them effectively, and then breathe as fast as you can to tighten your core and expel that weight away from you, push that weight away from you. Now if you're doing a pulling exercise, it's always going to be whenever you're pushing or pulling the weight that you want to exhale on that concentric motion, and then you want to breathe in slowly as you're doing your eccentric motion, which is the slow return of the weight. Right. So take a seated row, you're going to exhale when you pull the weight, and then you're going to breathe in slowly as you return the weight back to starting position, keeping your shoulders retracted, of course. We don't want our shoulders to protract because that's going to go back into the previous issues we discussed earlier.
Nice. Yeah, I usually instruct people, generally speaking, as a general rule, the harder part of the motion is where you'll exhale.
Yeah, I say upon effort.
Yeah.
When you're putting in the effort, that's when you want to exhale.
All right, so until next time,
thanks, guys.
Get your health on. Boom.